confidence, any opportunity, because a lot of these kids are isolated, going through treatment in and out of the hospital. And so it's a great way for them to create a support system and a lifelong friendship with these student athletes, as well as the child and family. And, a lot of the student athletes get so much out of this. It's not just for the child and the family. But again, seeing the resilience of a child going through medical treatment or having a disability really puts things in perspective for the student athletes and gives them a lot of insight for all of that.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, no worries. National anthem real quick, but I'm going to talk through it. No, I'm not. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another UCLA Rugby broadcast. Welcome to Wallace Annenberg Stadium. We've got a matchup between number 9 UCLA and number 11 Central Washington. Those ratings are from Goff Rugby Report. It's going to be a crackerjack of a match today. But before we get started, you might notice the Bruins are wearing a little bit of different jersey today. These jerseys have been designed by Dylan. Dylan is dealing with Ewing sarcoma. Just got no evidence of disease, NED, celebrating that today. But Dylan designed these jerseys. We have a QR code up on the big screen this day to give to Team Impact, and I'm joined by Jackie here in the booth to talk a little bit about Team Impact. Jackie, what is Team Impact?
Yeah, Team Impact is a nonprofit organization which matches children with different medical diagnosis and disabilities to college athletic programs throughout the United States. And we're based on a clinical model where we have child specialists and social workers to help support the matches. But these matches are there for the child and family, along with the sports team, to help the child create resiliency, build confidence again after going through, some hard life things. Any child going through a medical diagnosis, it's difficult. So again, it's helping to promote socialization and camaraderie. And a lot of these families get the support system that they need, along with the team, and we really help to make it a lifelong, friendship throughout this. And a lot of the college athletes get a lot out of this to kind of see the resilience of a child going through all of these medical treatments and diagnosis.
Definitely. I was talking to UCLA captain number 8, Logan Turner, before the game. He was talking about his relationship with Dylan. Dylan's been able to meet and stay with some members of UCLA Rugby. He designed the jersey today. For the Star Wars fans out there, it's Anakin Skywalker themed jersey. It was Dylan's favorite character in Star Wars. Really cool to see. These jerseys will be auctioned off after the game, and those funds will go to Team Impact. And Jackie, is there anything else you would like to add about Team Impact, or anywhere you'd like to direct folks?
If anybody is interested in participating in Team Impact, we do have an age range. If you have a different medical diagnosis or disability, the age range is 5 to 16, and you have to have some type of medical condition or disability. But if you'd like to go to find out more or donate as well, you can go to teamimpact.org.
teamimpact.org. And folks, want to thank Jackie for being in the booth with us. We might talk to Jackie again at halftime. I'm not sure right now. But for now, we'll say goodbye to Jackie. Thank you, Jackie, so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Terrific. I will be joined on the microphone now by the godfather of Glendale, formerly the Prince of the Presidio, also the boss man of Beechwood Canyon, formerly. It's James Jacinto. James, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well, Jack. A hearty yub nub to you and a hearty yub nub to the viewers at home. I'm psyched for Star Wars Day, a Star Wars themed day out here at the park. here at UCLA. It's a wonderful afternoon. Good to see you, my friend.
Yub nub to you as well. This is a huge matchup. Playoff implications. Number 11 Central Washington, coached by Todd Thornley, really great coach who's got this program fit and firing. The early exchanges have been even thus far, about 2.5 minutes in, as the Bruins maul it forward.
Absolutely. It's been all Bruins so far, which we absolutely love to see. It's a bit of a reversal from last week where the Bruins took a minute to get up to speed.
The referee has pinged Central Washington at the breakdown there. They were attempting a jackal turnover there, but he's ruled that they came in from the side, must enter the ruck through the gate. And folks, if you're just joining us, UCLA's jerseys look a little different today. They're Anakin Skywalker themed. They were designed by Dylan, who has been paired with the team through Team Impact. And he designed these. So cool to see, and they'll be auctioned after the game.
It's great, and we'll try to get a good look at the jerseys later, but as the Bruins approach the line for about a 5-meter line out, amazing jerseys. We'll go into it here, but
McMillan throws in. Taken cleanly by Logan Turner, the 8-man. Got the maul driving, peeling around the side. McMillan at the back with the ball. Still driving. At the line, and they're down for the try. Whoa, just 3.5 minutes into the game, UCLA said, did Hahn shoot first? Did Greedo shoot first? No, we shot first as they punch it in there for that try.
McClunky, Jack. I think...
March the 1st be with you here at UCLA's Wallace Annenberg Stadium.
That was an absolutely clinical first 3 minutes from the Bruins. The lineout was an area of weakness last week, and we talked to Harry before the game, Coach Harry Bennett, and he said that they focused on it in a very clinical week of practice, and we saw it used successfully there. Picture-perfect maul to get across the line. Dream start for the Bruins.
Yes, lineout coach Scott Murray put in a lot of work this week. Also, forwards coach Sammy McMillan Sr. as well. I want to give credit to those coaches. That was a well-oiled machine there on the lineout.
Absolutely. Central Washington, just a bit about them. They have a 2-on-2 record on the year, coming in off of some extremely difficult competition. We look forward to seeing what they have to offer today.
Yeah, 2-2, but a loss to UBC and St. Mary's. No slouches. Bruins struggle with another restart. Will Sherman knocking it on there. Central Washington playing with advantage. Their industrious hooker Campbell Robb, the New Zealander. Heard a lot of great things about his game. Excited to watch how he stacks up to Sammy McMillan, the UCLA senior.
Absolutely.
Central Washington spreading it wide. Wow, getting the props active in the back line. Spinning it out, got a numerical advantage. UCLA's going to have to scramble.
Wow, a great offload there to avoid going out of bounds.
Central Washington moving it forward. Inside UCLA's 22. Campbell Robb on the charge again. A big punishing pack from Central Washington.
Absolutely, and employing themselves well as strike runners. And you can see they're good for one extra pass.
And they've dotted it down. This game has almost tied now, depending on the conversion. But wow, back and forth, end-to-end rugby. We're just less than 6 minutes in, and there have already been 2 tries.
This is it's going to be a blitzkrieg today, Jack. I can tell, a real shootout, and I'm excited. I can barely catch my breath.
I really, honestly, have not caught my breath since the start. I mean, it's Star Wars Day. We're playing for such a great cause today, a game with playoff implications. I think I've said McMillan 12 times already. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a ton of subplots are emerging. It really is already a hero's journey out here for all of these guys. The Bruins are going to come back to midfield for Alue's kickoff, looking to rebound from what was a pretty unrelenting Central Washington attack there with some really great strike runs.
Yeah, both teams have shown the capacity to attack in this game. We'll see who can keep it up. Nice restart from Alue.
Looks like this is going to hit the deck.
Great chase from Nico Cortez, and he's taking it. He's in the corner. Oh, my word. Can you believe it? 3 tries in less than 7 minutes. Star Wars Day! That will have Coach Bennett saying, Misa's so happy!
Wow. You could tell it was going to be a special day today. The force is in the air. And that was just an unforced error from Central Washington. You never want to let the ball hit the deck off of the kickoff for that exact reason. So, yeah, it'll be Coach Todd Thornley out of Central Washington is going to be scratching his head there.
He will. But gosh, what great hustle from Nico Cortez there. Nico Cortez is playing at 7 this week, who played blindside flanker last week, adjusting to the new role well.
Absolutely.
And that change was forced by injury. We have John Paul Lefevre starting at 6 this week as Vicente Alue slots a difficult conversion. Oh, just a bit outside. Tough kick to take, and it is 12-7 to UCLA at this point.
Wow. A breathless start. This is already a showcase for collegiate rugby. And here's a replay of that try. Cortez with great hands and immediately with a great nose for the line.
And just the way the ball bounces, you can never predict it. This oblong-shaped ball in the game we love.
Absolutely.
Another kickoff. Oh, this one not taken cleanly either. A little trouble from both sides on the restarts today.
Those are not the hands Jack Sherman is looking for.
Andrew McCarthy preparing for a box kick. The scrum half out of UCD, University College Dublin. Had a cracking match last week. Hoist the box kick high and long.
This is a marauding number 8, Drew Farrington for Central Washington.
Benji Ward inserts himself to the line, the fly half. Oh, and number 6, we've heard a bit about him, Taye Vaiveo, who was a U20s center for the All-American team, and now is switched to blindside flanker for Central Washington. One to watch.
Punishing. Excellent cutout pass there from the Central Washington 15. They're showing a lot of facility with the ball in hand right now.
Yes, moving it width to width from phase to phase. And again, look at this attack. Well-drilled pod play. Now this is pod play. And it's Star Wars Day. Out to the winger for Central Washington. He's moved it one step farther to the blindside flanker.
Absolutely. I'm really impressed by Central Washington's sure hands right now, and their conditioning across the field from ruck to ruck looks really strong.
It's looking like a carbon copy of their first foray into the 22. Just some really great phase play put together. If you're a fan, you got to love this.
A picture of consistency so far.
Referees called the penalty there. Central Washington elects to kick it to touch so that they can set up their own line out. UCLA was able to score from a driving maul earlier. Central Washington says anything that you can do, we can do as well. Throw will come from Campbell Robb, the trigger man at hooker. And taken by Central Washington. Sorry, James.
More clinical work at the line out today. It's been a good afternoon for the set piece on both sides already.
Yes, no. And Central Washington is in for the try. Gosh, this has been a back and forth battle. I can't believe it. 10 minutes in, 4 tries. This is unbelievable.
This is like the Battle of Yavin 4, Jack. Absolutely, an absolute barrage early on.
Certainly is. I mean, that's the only way you can describe it. Be a difficult conversion for number 10, Jack Dragoning, the left-footed kicker.
We've heard in the pregame, we heard a lot about his prodigious left boot, and we'll see it put to the test here.
Difficult angle on this conversion. When you're taking a kick like this, James, what's going through your mind?
As a left footer, you are going to kind of pull this one. You're just thinking about that leg path going straight through.
Struck well. And he's converted it.
Accuracy.
Wow, big time conversion. That'll put Central Washington in the lead, 14-12.
And Jack, so if you are a Bruin forward right now, what is going through your head as they march back up to midfield?
I mean, the 2 times that Central Washington's had the ball, they've been able to score. They've been able to get over the advantage line quickly. We need some physicality. We need to meet those runners at the line. Central Washington, to their credit, has used good deception, good pod play to get their runners on good angles, but we need to start making some hits.
Absolutely.
And Nico Cortez and Daniel Odejinmi combining for that tackle.
Here's their dangerous number 6. He looks definitely worth a few extra meters every carry he gets.
Certainly. They're doing a good job of mixing the forwards and the backs out into that line, getting numerical advantage.
And what I'm noticing, too, is they're not giving up possession in a way that we will often see at the collegiate level. They are, kicking tactically, but they are no knock-ons. They're playing a very clean game so far. But
Josh Cox, the exemplary fullback for UCLA, with a little dart. Great job getting that extra roll in to try and protect the ball, but could potentially be a penalty as the ref ruled number 6 out. He has. Ball out to Will Sherman. Jack Pargetter, his locking partner, comes to clear him out. Andrew McCarthy moves it one step wider out to Nico Cortezes, who's had a barnstorming game thus far.
Absolutely. Bruins looking a little bit more bunched than Central Washington in attack. Here's Alue looking to make some magic happen.
Bruins have advantage. The referee has ruled that Central Washington did not roll out of the base of that ruck quick enough. Using the kick with the advantage, and it's out to Odejinmi. Great moves there as he drives forward inside the 22. McCarthy spins it wide to Sherman. Sherman moving it on to Cox.
That's the Josh Cox special there, that cross kick. A really, really beautiful thing to see.
Creative play with advantage. Love to see that. UCLA flat to the line. Alue moves it on one step further to Sykes. UCLA very flat right now, up in attack. Looking for someone to break through. McMillan gains meters on that carry. Alue says, I'll go myself. Darts through.
Alue loves nothing more than throwing a dummy and getting through the line. Here's Cox.
Great to have two playmakers on the field. Dayan Joyce steps out, steps back inside. The outside center drives forward about 10 meters out from the line. UCLA's attacking and threatening here. Ozzie Rice, the prop, busts through. McCarthy again to Pargetter on a great line from Jack Pargetter, about 1 meter out. Oh, and a great spin from Sherman. He's got it in. The All-American does it himself. Oh,
my gosh.
This game is incredible.
The adrenaline is absolutely pumping right now. The stadium is already electric. People are rushing in from the campus, which does remind me of the landscape of Naboo, Jack.
That's right.
And here's a replay of this try.
Great line from Jack Pargetter first and foremost off of here. Look at him get over the advantage line there. And then great, quick thinking by Will Sherman to pick and go there. Drives and spins off. Oh, Central Washington did such a great job getting low. But Sherman with that second effort, God, I love to watch him play.
Yeah, the motor in the forwards is really exemplary. I'm seeing a lot of clean play. I'm seeing some great adventurous play from the Bruins. Let's not forget Cox's cheeky cross kick to get things going. We are in for a treat today.
Yeah, this has been incredible. Alue slots the conversion. It's 19-14 to the good guys. Go, Bruins, go. It's been really interesting to see, talking with Coach Harry Bennett pre-match. UCLA's been able to keep the same backline for 3 matches straight. That continuity means a great deal.
It does.
James, when you're in the backline and you're able to build those combinations, what is that like?
It's just a feeling of confidence. You've got your feet underneath you. You get that, like, the passes just become a little more crisp, a little more clinical. You get a sense of everyone else's ability around you, and things really click. It's a satisfying feeling.
Great tackle by Odejinmi there. Love the work rate from the wing. Ozzie Ross meets his challenge inside. Little loose head on tight head action. Central Washington spinning it a bit wider.
Absolutely.
Through their fullback, McMillan potentially over for a turnover, gets cleared out.
This will go to boot.
Tregoning boots it long, looking for 50-22, but it's out on the full. That means it will come back to where he kicked it for a Bruins line out. No risk it, no biscuit going for that 50-22, but just push it a bit long. And we're seeing a replacement come in for Central Washington. Number 19, Nick Powell is on. There was an injury for Central Washington. I believe it was their number 5, Oliver Dirksen.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was the first real let-off that Central Washington has offered the Bruins. So let's see if they can take advantage at the line-out.
Yeah, a couple of unforced errors from, spoiled line out there. Nice play by number 7, Andrew Miller for Central Washington. And James, you identified it earlier as an area where UCLA had some struggles last week against Arizona, is that line out, that set piece. Unfortunately, that was a knock on from Dayan Joyce. We'll see what the ref rules.
I don't think that was a cynical foul. I think that the ref is going to look at this as accidental and just as a knock-on. When you do see a more concerted, calculated effort to put the ball on the ground and knock a pass down, that can be an offense that yields a yellow card.
Let's get loud! Let's go Bruins!
Be interesting to see the battle at the scrum this week between the Bruins and that big Central Washington pack. A lot will be gained from this scrum.
Absolutely.
Central Washington will be trying to get their right side up to potentially create an avenue for their 8-man off the right. You see they're bringing that winger over to the blind side. They look him off and come back left. A little chip kick through from their fullback. Odejinmi takes it well. McCarthy from the base, and gosh, Sherman's a willing character. Shifts it on to Logan Turner, the great captain for UCLA. Some man for one man, Logan Turner.
Looks like we'll get a box kick here from McCarthy.
Hangs it high, Odejinmi on the chase. Cortez comes through again. Gosh, he's been chasing well.
Great platform for the Bruins to attack here.
Pargetter busts forward. Ozzie Ross with a dummy line. Josh Cox with another cross kick. Hangs it high and long. A mark wisely taken by Central Washington. If you're within your own 22 and you call out a mark, you get a free kick from that spot.
I think we would have liked a little bit more aggressive of a chase there from the Bruins, or possibly to have seen that ball actually hang up and land in front of the opposition 22. Which would have made the mark a non-option. But hey, the Bruins are retaining the ball here over midfield. There's confidence in their step.
Yes. Another line out here. We'll see how they go. The last one was spoiled by Central Washington. But again, this has been a big area of focus for UCLA in this past week. We'll see what McMillan can do in this line out. Looks like UCLA is going with a 5-man line out here. Sometimes when you reduce the numbers, it can help you out, beat the other team to that spot.
And just simplify things on your end.
Nice take by Jack Pargetter. They set the maul there. But unfortunately, the ball squirted out of the maul. Was McMillan able to recover it? He was. So a clean line out for UCLA, but sloppy from there. They made the best of it through Logan Turner. Never a bad idea to put the ball in his hands.
Not at all.
Alue with a nice step. Drives forward. UCLA about 40 meters out from the try line. McMillan busts through again. UCLA's done a great job at the ruck today, and Andrew McCarthy darts around the ruck. Nice offload off to Sherman. Sherman's driving forward. Pargetter there for the clear out. Gosh, they're inside the 22. Turner shifts it wide to Rochia. Rochia back inside to Turner. Logan Turner has dotted it down for a UCLA try. They'll be dancing like it's Mos Eisley Cantina tonight.
Absolutely, Jack. As Qui-Gon Jinn said, your focus determines your reality, and the Bruins are bringing the focus today. They have matched early physicality from their opposition with some flair, with half breaks, with excellent offloads, with, for the most part, sure hands. They are playing up today. Both teams are.
Both teams have been absolutely clinical in attack today. I'm jonesing. I'm in the announcing booth, but I'm just buzzing from side to side. The big man out of Calgary, Canada, number 8, the senior captain Logan Turner, showing why he's the boss by dotting that one down.
Absolutely. And Jack, as we get a break here, we were talking pregame. You know, during our time in Westwood, we enjoyed a great trip up to Ellensburg to play Central Washington.
Yes, class operation up in Central Washington. A fantastic playoff win for you and I, James, where we combined very well in that game.
Absolutely. We sealed our friendship that is obviously strong to this day. Here's a replay of the try.
Talk about friendship from Rochia back inside to Turner, sharing the ball, staying in the play. Just great stuff. If you're a kid watching, that's exactly what you want to do. Pass, but follow the man. Make sure that you're still an option for him. Jack Pargetter skies up high for that for that restart, but was unable to take it. However, the ref has ruled that he was played in the air. So a penalty to UCLA.
Clearly played in the air. I do want to note that the 10 for Central Washington Trigoning is pretty lethal with these restarts, and all 3 restarts actually have gone out of Bruins' hands. I think they're going to start attacking through the air a bit more.
Yeah, only one restart today has been taken clean. It was by Josh Cox, who's able to put it directly out to touch. But other than that, every single one has gone to deck either through a knock-on or a line-out. Line-out here. Over the top, miscommunication there. No one jumped. And Central Washington takes advantage. Very difficult to shift from defense to offense. So a big opportunity for Central Washington as they bust into UCLA's 22.
That was a bit of a gift there.
They moved it out wide to their dangerous winger, Oscar Tracy. Scored a fantastic try against St. Mary's last week. He's one to watch, number 11 for Central Washington. Central Washington shifting it wide. Moving forward. Bruins rushing up on the defensive line. Lau Rocco with a big hit. Central Washington shifting it out. There's Oscar Tracy again, ghosting around the edge, stepping through. My goodness, he's moving like a TIE fighter out there. Just as nimble as they come.
Looked like a potential knock-on, but the ref does not seem to be tracking that.
Number 7 for Central Washington, Andrew Miller driving forward. About 5 meters out for Central Washington now. This is really tough stuff for UCLA's defense. Are they up to the challenge? They're set, coming off the line tough. Able to get a big hit in behind the line. That's a huge play for UCLA to stifle their momentum somewhat. And that's Vincent Alue. You love to see a fly half who wasn't afraid to do the tough stuff like that.
Absolutely. And he actually showed some great discipline there by keeping the man's legs down. He had leverage.
Central Washington steps back inside through their captain, number 13, Sam Dwyer. Driving forward again through Tane Jones, their inside center. Pick and go for the line. Oh, Central Washington has scored again. Gee whiz, this game is back and forth like a battle on Hoth. You don't know who's going to win.
Absolutely not. The low man wins, and what we saw some softness around the sides of the ruck there, Jack. That's usually a sign of fatigue. And I don't blame these guys. It's been, as you said, a high-paced game from the start.
Now, this is a scoreline that you might see at the end of a match. It's all happened in one match. We see on the replay here Central Washington driving forward. Great pick and go there from Central Washington to get to the line. Should have noticed who scored. I think it might have been their vice captain, Campbell Robb, the New Zealander, the hooker. Great pick and go from him.
And the kick is no problem for Tregoning.
That's right. We've got a very, very close ball game, 24-21 right now. Gosh, it's been back and forth to say the least.
It's incredible. We're on pace for like 160 points right now, Jack.
I mean, this is just an incredible game, and it'll make these game-worn jerseys all the more special. Again, you can bid on these jerseys after the game. They were designed by Dylan of Team Impact. We're celebrating Dylan having NED, no evidence of disease, after his battle with Ewing sarcoma. He designed these jerseys after his favorite Star Wars character, Anakin Skywalker. James, who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Let me think about that one for a second.
As James thinks, Central Washington's on the attack again. Getting it to their tough runners in the midfield. Their number 4, Curtis Gross, able to shrug off a few tacklers. Tregoning boots it deep.
Alue not able to collect, but he's able to compose himself once he does. Sends a quality kick out of play. I would say my favorite Star Wars character probably at the end of the day is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jack, because he, out of all the Jedi, he faces a ton of different stressors on his principles and really doesn't waver from them. And I think that applies to the Bruin ethos today in a major way. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, many stressors on this Bruin team. I mean, the playoff picture, this is a huge match at home. Want to play well, obviously, for Dylan and for everyone watching. A lot of stress, but they're handling it well.
Absolutely. And Central Washington is just really scything in attack. Really hard to get the ball out of their hands.
Definitely. They've really built phase play together really well. Their coach, Todd Thornley, has been there since 2016 and really has developed them into such a quality side.
Yeah, we got a chance to speak to Thornley before the game, and he's just your classic affable New Zealander. with an air of confidence about him, and you could tell that his players really respect him.
Tough take there for Vicente Alue. Unable to handle that kick. It's a knock-on, scrum down for Central Washington within UCLA's 22. Folks, if this is your first time watching Bruin rugby, this is an absolute corker of a match. It's been back and forth, and if you're a big rugby fan, you're knowing this is a great one. You're knowing.
You're knowing it. You said it, Jack. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day here. I'm surprised the rest of the 29,000 students haven't packed in soon enough.
Big scrum here. So far, the scrum's been pretty even. No one side has gained the advantage, but it'd be massive for UCLA to get a shove on here. The ball's out. Number 15 for Central Washington steps back inside. He's racing for the line like a pod racer. Oh, my goodness. Benji Ward, the fullback, just turned on the turbo boosters.
He is rapid, Jack. How many parsecs do you think he could do the Kessel run in?
Seeing a replay now. Right off the scrum, in at first receiver. Just a little show and then go. Gosh, a little step and step through. If you're UCLA, you're going to want to have that one back. It's a difficult place to defend with that much space. What should they have been keying on, James?
Well, I have noticed over the last two games, we've seen the first receiver be able to step back and cut in on our defensive line 2 or 3 pivotal times. If I'm Harry Bennett and the Bruins, I do need to set a reminder, maybe at halftime, to not overlook that first man. Do not preemptively follow the ball down the line because it's been a defensive lapse that we've seen multiple times.
Well articulated, James. Central Washington did miss that conversion, uncharacteristic from Tregoning, but 26-24 to Central Washington now. UCLA with another restart through the boot of Vicente Alue. And that one will not go 10 meters.
That is unfortunate. That kick went off course like Rogue Squadron's Red 2 there, Jack.
Central Washington believes that they're playing this quick, but the referee has called a scrum down in the middle of the field. Of course, there is an option when a restart doesn't go 10 meters. The referee had already started moving towards that scrum. Central Washington tried a little cheeky one there. The rugby smarts of their New Zealander, Campbell Robb at hooker. But gosh, this has been a great match.
Absolutely. Little outsized at the scrum today, the Bruins, but as Yoda said, size matters not, Jack.
James, you put together a pretty wonderful Star Wars 15. I'm sure we'll get into that at some point today.
Absolutely.
But your number 9 would be Master Yoda, correct?
Indeed. We might not have time to get into the full 15. This game is just too riveting.
Oh,
punishing.
Bench lock Nick Powell on and gets plowed there by a great double tackle from UCLA. But Central Washington, God, they're doing a great job retaining ball, really cleaning up their rucks well, quick speed on those rucks and just moving it out to their forwards and pods. Rarely seeing an isolated runner from Central Washington. Very well drilled team. Tregoning puts it deep to Alue. Alue responds in kind. He gives it the old heave-ho out past halfway. Another line out for Central Washington to try and build from.
That'll be a let-off for the Bruins. There was a lot of space there for an extra added roll, but I don't want to be, I don't want to critique what was a pretty heads-up play to return that from Alue.
Certainly. I mean, already 8 tries in this game so far. Really need to find a way to dispossess Central Washington of the pill when they've got it. It's been difficult thus far from a UCLA perspective.
Yeah, what a half. We've got about 10 minutes left.
Great lineup from Central Washington. They're spreading it all the way wide. Their number 15, again, Benji Ward, hits those fabled turbo boosters. Hyperspeed, as it were. Ball back on the inside to number 14, Julian Navala. Very active team. They're very quick off the deck and reloading an attack, trying to create that numerical advantage. Their prop, Daniel McQuaid, busting forward there.
He's been really dynamic at the ruck so far.
Lau Rauco, aware of that little snipe from Central Washington. Great job there. Pick and go from Central Washington, dealt with by Nico Cortesis. Fizzing ball out, but it was forward.
It's a forward pass there from Jack Trigoni. I do love a quick cutout pass on the short side, though. They are showing some real endeavor here.
Now that's what we're looking for from the UCLA defense. We had a line out from relatively the same spot, and they were able to just defend, and eventually force that mistake from Central Washington. As you can see, that pass was forward.
Yeah, such a great pass, though.
Scrum for UCLA. They have not had as much possession in the past 10 minutes, so it'll be big for them here. Central Washington attempting to get a bit of a shove on. And a penalty has been called. Lau Rocco called for standing up there, but really Central Washington put the shove on at that scrum. Gosh, that was a big opportunity for UCLA to retain the pill there. And trouble at scrum time. Also been trouble at line-out time. Tough to win in that situation. UCLA Pack will need to find a way to sort that out, but all credit to Central Washington. They've really brought a big, beefy, well-drilled pack to this game.
Yeah, they've got a couple Gamorrean guards up front, and they've been really, really impressive so far.
Line out for Central Washington about 10 meters out from UCLA's line. Really need to defend well here for UCLA. Be tough to go into the break with another try against them. And that lineout's over the top. It's a race to the ball. Nico Cortesas is there first. We've been saying his name a lot today. Great game for him thus far.
Yeah, he's a truly mobile number 7 today.
Pargetter does the dirty stuff, takes that one up. Trying to build a better platform for a clearing kick from Josh Cox here.
Cox has a really wonderful right boot. He's out of South Africa and has been playing for quite a long time. He plays with a lot of experience and a lot of confidence. He's really been a difference maker today.
Certainly. Had one of the best games in UCLA history against Oxford last year. And UCLA was able to play Oxford this year across the pond. Harry Bennett took his men on a 3-match tour to Ireland and the UK earlier this year. Pretty exciting opportunity for these gentlemen.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than a good international tour.
Central Washington has moved it wide again and again, almost in the UCLA 22. Moving it forward. Doesn't like the look of the blind side. Moves it back around open. Oh, a knock on from Central Washington.
That's a let up, and that can happen. Trigoni has been firing what I would comfortably call a fastball. That can happen. Sometimes you just kind of hit your forwards with it a little too hard.
Another scrum here. Last scrum led to a penalty for Central Washington, so it'll be imperative for Coach Sam McMillan Sr.'s men and the forward pack to stand up here. Really need a solid scrum.
Yeah, this has to be a statement scrum for the Bruins, because if Central Washington thinks that they have dominance at the scrum, it frees up their game a little bit more than you'd want them to.
Doesn't look like UCLA got the hook clean there. The ball is straight out the tunnel. And the refs called for another reset, another scrum. Under a lot of pressure at scrum time. As they reset and go again, folks, if you're just joining us, UCLA is wearing a little bit different of a jersey today, designed by Daniel. All these jerseys will be, by Dylan. All these jerseys will be auctioned off after the game for the benefit of Team Impact.
You did mention the name Daniel. I just want to shout out our producer, Daniel, and all the team at TVX Productions out of San Diego. And the Bruin cameraman is David. Shout out to both of them. The Bruins get a let-off with a penalty at the scrum. Jack, can you take us through what happened there?
That was huge for the Bruins. We said they needed a big scrum there. They were able to deliver a little bit of the dark arts of the scrum. Josh Cox not able to get as much on that penalty kick as he would like. So still not in the area of the field that UCLA will want to be playing in, but good to get parity at scrum time. We'll watch that as it develops. Big line out for UCLA here. They haven't been able to successfully collect their last two. And Jack Pargetter says, I'll go get that. Oh, but the ball's over the top of Alue. UCLA under some pressure in their own end. Central Washington has really had the rub of the green for these past 20 minutes. Pargetter again.
Yeah, with about 3.5 left, I really want to see the Bruins hold on to the ball for most of the remainder of the first half. But it looks like
Clearing kick from Alue.
I guess I would like to see a little bit more territory on that kick from Alue. We know he has the boot for it.
They're under pressure. Under pressure. This is a big, big stand for UCLA. 3 minutes left in the half. Central Washington with an attacking lineout outside the 22. What do these young Bruins have in store? They've been defending with their lives so far, and they'll continue to put that same effort forward here. Central Washington goes to the back of the line out there. Takes it successfully. Great tackle by McMillan. Not falling for that faux maul at the back. Another big carry from Central Washington's big prop Kellen Lefebvre.
Good discipline at the ruck from Ozzie. Ozzie there, he was on his feet, but the ref didn't like it, and he took his hands off accordingly.
Yes, UCLA doing a much better job of communicating with the ref Austin Reed, and you can see they're rewarded with a penalty there. Referee Austin Reed has ruled that Central Washington came in from the side of that ruck to clear that ruck, and it's a great penalty there for UCLA, relieving a lot of pressure.
Seduced by the power of the dark side there, Jack. Coach Thornley is not going to like to see that.
But yeah, great point about UCLA's discipline. Really making their tackles and staying on the right side of the ref, allowing Central Washington to make the mistake there. Seeing that penalty again. Looked like it was, who was that? Was it Alue was in potentially for the turnover and got cleaned up from the side. God, I love that he puts his nose in there. Big line out here for UCLA. Sherman takes it well. Cortezes goes himself, gives it off to Lefebvre, number 6.
Excellent interplay from the forwards.
Ooh.
Sammy McMillan's an absolute bowling ball out there. It's a really great strike runner. A little less clinical than you would want from the Bruins, but they have retained possession.
Out to Rochia. He's on a wing. More like an A wing. Gosh, he's quick. Oh, and the ball back inside. Look at McCarthy go.
Through, finding his support.
Sykes takes it in himself.
We haven't said Sykes' name much today, but he's such a solid player.
Alue back inside to Pargetter. Pargetter out the back door to Ojinmi. Over to Turner. Unfortunately, it was knocked on. Oh, that was a great attacking passage from UCLA there.
If you give UCLA a chance, they are going to do something creative and something beautiful with the ball. That was an amazing break from McCarthy there, who had the presence of mind to step back, find his support, to keep things going. He was isolated. Had he gone down, there was a good chance of a turnover. Instead, he kept things moving.
Great thought from Pargetter. That little chicken wing flip out the back door. The Sonny Bill Williams, or honestly the James Jacinto special. Odin Jinmi just unable to collect it.
Jack, you continue to honor me at every opportunity.
Another scrum here. Central Washington brings it out. Andrew McCarthy with a nice tackle. The halves for UCLA, the scrum half and fly half, they're not afraid of doing the dirty stuff.
This might be the half here. Yep.
And that is the half, 26-24. Gosh, 4 tries for both squads so far. It has been back and forth.
Really has. It's truly an even game, but they're just, both teams are firing at all cylinders. I've really rarely seen a rugby game like this, where we're seeing two offensive machines working very, very well together. Defensively, I'm not seeing a ton of lapses either.
It's truly a case of high-level attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like there's been a bunch of missed tackles or anything. It's just been some really well-thought-out plans. I mean, I think either one of these squads could potentially take out the Death Star.
100%. And to do so takes a lot of intelligence that could cost some Bothan lives. And then a coordinated attack where you identify the weak point, penetrate it, and take it out with precision. And so as we break for halftime, we're going to need to catch our breath and get a drink of water, because the second half is going to be a fiery one.
It will be a fiery one indeed. What's that, R2? Okay, R2, we'll take a break.
Thanks.
Welcome back to the second half. We're underway here in Wallace-Annenberg Stadium. UCLA has the ball, but they're down 26-24 to Central Washington. First half was pretty incredible. 4 tries to both squads. What'd you like, James Jacinto?
I'm impressed by the fact that it's been 4 forward tries from the Bruins. We've seen some great backs play, and I know the backs will crack the try line this half, but the forward pack's been really impressive, really versatile. With ball in hand.
Some incredible attacking from both teams. A little kick through there. Sergio Rochia unable to collect, but Day and Joyce in on the tackle. Central Washington with the ball inside their own 22. Moves out to number 6. He had a big first half for them. Looks like we've got a replacement prop on for UCLA, number 18. That is Nick Momani.
All right. Bit of an attack here in the middle of the field, giving it to one of our best runners.
Alue with a little chip kick over the top, taken well by number 13, the captain for Central Washington, Sam Dwyer. Central Washington moves it out a little bit farther. Nice tackle there by Ozzie Ross. And folks, if you're just joining us, it has been an incredible display of attacking rugby thus far today. Oh, a little miscommunication in the backfield. Rochia able to get it to Cox.
Tregoning's boot has been excellent. It looks like this is going to hit the ground, which is always fun.
Ooh. Campbell Robb, the vice captain for Central Washington, able to take it, but then a nice counter ruck by UCLA, and they've got the penalty.
Excellent counter ruck. We had Campbell Robb, vice captain for Central Washington, holding onto the ball illicitly on the ground. Yeah, let's see the Bruins take advantage of this. I love that they're going to touch. This is within reach off the tee, but they know that this is there's tries. There's blood in the water when it comes to crossing the try line today, Jack.
Certainly, and they were able to score from a maul in the first half through Sam McMillan. We'll see what they're able to cook up here. Looks like they're about 10 meters out from the line with this line out. Did have some line-out issues in the first half. Central Washington was able to spoil a couple, but as I mentioned earlier, they were able to punch one in earlier. Again, we've got replacement prop Nick Momani on for Lau Rocco. Unsure if that's injury-related or a tactical substitution.
That's my guess. Lau Rocco had an amazing first half. Did get pushed up at the scrum at one point, but I wouldn't think that would be the reason why he was taken off.
Another driving maul from UCLA as they're pushing towards the line. Driving. Oh, a little snipe was that McCarthy. He's in. UCLA has scored again to go on top.
UCLA, try.
McCarthy's had an incredible game sniping around the rucks. You remember his break, two separate breaks in the first half, actually. And he does what all good scrum halves do, which is just have that nose for the line when there's a little weakness around the ruck.
So we're seeing the replay there. Look at that drive on from the forwards, driven forwards. The maul was brought down. The referee didn't call advantage, though, and McCarthy just so smart, sees that space and just dives on it for the try. What a start to the half from the Bruins.
Val's just standing up there as if he's frozen in carbonite.
It's Star Wars Day. If you didn't know it, folks, it's Star Wars Day. The jerseys that UCLA is wearing look like Anakin Skywalker, who is Dylan's favorite player. Dylan designed these jerseys. Dylan from Team Impact. We're celebrating today. Dylan is NED, no evidence of disease after his battle with Ewing sarcoma. He has been matched with the UCLA rugby team through Team Impact, and these jerseys will be auctioned off after the game with all benefits and proceeds going to Team Impact.
He's an amazing kid, and the team's been able to connect with him and hang out with him multiple times off of the field. So he's a true member of the Bruin family.
And he's given James the opportunity to flex his wonderful Star Wars knowledge today. I've really enjoyed it. Great take from Jack Pargetter. The restarts were a bit of an issue in the first half, and Tregoning really knows where to place them. That was a great job attacking that high ball. Box kick from McCarthy. That one will have snow on it when it comes down. Oh!
Excellent tackle from UCLA. A bit of a gang tackle there.
Yeah, Oda Jinmi unafraid to get his nose dirty as a winger. Big hit there. Central Washington moving it out to their mobile prop, Daniel McQuaid. He's carried well today. Little kick in behind. Alue takes that one well. He boots it long, but he's outside the 22, so it must stay in play. And it does. Previous try scorer Benji Ward from fullback there.
He has been dangerous all day from the back.
Nico Cortez had his hands on that ball, but again, listened to the ref and pulled back. Little chip kick stab through there. Alue with a great take and spin. God, he looked like BB-8 out there from Romero.
Amazing feat of agility there from Alue. But I was really loving that communication from Central Washington there to have their 10 poke it over.
Yeah, some great attack from them. Sykes takes it up. Stifled in the midfield by Central Washington's prop. McCarthy puts it back to Cox, who puts boot to ball. Great chase from Sergio Rochia. He's right on top of... Oh, my goodness gracious, what a collision.
Potentially a bit of a head clash there.
Yes, a high tackle is called. We're going to see that one again. Just came in a little bit high from Rochia. He's chasing that kick. Again, you can't be up around the head and neck area, and boom, it looks like it is just an unfortunate clash there. Thankfully, the ref is not giving a yellow card or anything of that nature. He deemed it to be no foul intent there, but unfortunate. We don't want to see those head clashes.
We saw a couple yellow cards from the ref last week, and we're hoping to avoid that this week.
Referee Austin Reed, who was the same referee from last week. And I think UCLA's done a much better job, as you astutely pointed out, communicating with him in this game.
And there can be a bit of Jedi mind tricks when it comes to communicating with the ref and trying to give your team that slight edge. But today it seemed pretty clean from the refereeing perspective.
5-man lineup for Central Washington. Sherman gets up in the back, and that's an overthrow. McMillan's able to chase it down, and gosh, he's into space, barreling over Central Washington's number 10. They're moving out wide. Ozzie Ross, great hands for a prop. Alue able to move it back to Ross, and UCLA is in business. Sherman trucks it up forward. Gosh, he's a willing carrier, very industrious, always an option. McCarthy moves it out to Ozzie Ross, pushing it ahead as they drive forward, building some phases. This is great territory, great place to be in.
You've now got Alue and Cox next to each other in the back line. A lot of potential for a strike here.
Alue to Cox, as you mentioned. Turner with that pass out. Believe it was a knock-on from Central Washington there. Yes, referee has ruled that it is a knock-on.
Oscar Tracy from Central Washington did what he had to do as a defensive wing, because if Logan Turner gets that pass away, there's a lot of open space out there for Rochia.
That's a great point, James. He really was able to shut that down. There was a numerical overlap there. And it looks like we've got a change here. John Paul Lefevre has come out, number 6, and Freddie Jobber has come on, number 20. Freddie Jobber, our man of the match last week. God, I love him. He was dealing with an injury concern, which is why he didn't start this week, but he's come good today, and you'll see him make a huge impact in number 20. Freddie Jobber, the freshman from the UK. Golly, do I love his play.
An incredible freshman out of the UK, and like Luke in The Empire Strikes Back, really only coming into the full potential of his power.
Exactly. Save us, Jobber. You're our only hope. Jobber the what? It's kind of like Jabba the Hutt. All right, James.
Excellent. Again, an honor to share the booth with you, Jack. As the Bruins look to provide a great foundation for their backline in the scrum.
And the scrum penalty.
Yeah, that's a huge statement at scrum time from the Bruins.
That's right. Central Washington was able to win a scrum penalty, but now UCLA's won 2 scrum penalties. They've really been able to reverse their fortunes there. Great job staying in the fight. We're going to come back to this advantage back on this side of the field.
And thank goodness for that, because it got a little bit loose out in the backfield there from Day and Joyce. When you have advantage, things can go a little wonky, and that's okay. Risks can be taken knowing that you'll come back for the scrum, but execution is what's going to win us this game.
Certainly. I want to give a shout-out to the replacement prop, Nick Momani, doing his work over on the side. Maybe not as big as his Central Washington counterpart, but in the scrum, technique is king.
Indeed.
Big attacking lineup for UCLA within Central Washington's 22. Looks like a change is being made by Central Washington at prop as well. Kellen Lefebvre is coming off, and Clint Lyman's coming on. McMillan tosses it in. Pargetter goes and gets it. A maul is formed. McMillan's got it at the base.
McMillan comes off of his own line-out throw.
Oh, off his feet is the call from the ref, and he has imperially marched Central Washington back 10. Dun, 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 dun.
An excellent soundtrack for Josh Cox's walk up to kick this into touch and prepare the Bruin forwards with a foundation, hopefully, through the line out for what I would expect would probably be another attempt to maul this ball over.
5 meters out, they were able to score in a similar position in the first half off of driving maul, and let's see what they have here. Pargetter again. Another maul is formed. They're crabbing to the left, driving it forward. There they go, and they found Painter. UCLA has punched it in for another try.
This is incredible. It's a testament to what is possible when your set piece is operating.
And who's that boy? It's Freddie Jobber with a try.
Here's a replay of this try.
Great take by Pargetter in the air. Really well compact drive from UCLA. Able to split off to the left but keep that same maul. Driving it through Jobber. Wow. That is exactly how you draw it up. Wow. Able to take that initial pressure from Central Washington on the maul and shift it away from that, effectively letting them take themselves out of the play.
Shades of UCLA's 2014 squad, if I may say so, Jack.
The midichlorians were high with them, and they're high with this squad as well.
Absolutely.
Alue with a conversion attempt here. And it is good.
He's been impressive off the tee today. And he's had plenty of opportunities to convert, hasn't he?
Certainly. Gosh, 6 tries for UCLA thus far. 2 in this half. They've really come out and made a statement. It's been back and forth, but UCLA's had the run of play in this half thus far. But Central Washington, gosh, they're a good side. You know, they brought a couple subs on. You know they'll be looking to make a big impact.
Absolutely.
Pargetter takes the restart. It looks like McCarthy might hoist another box kick here.
He's not getting a ton of distance on those, but to be fair, there's something that the defense does have to deal with when that does happen.
Unfortunately, that one was out on the full. So this is a big opportunity for Central Washington. UCLA unable to really clear their lines after that restart, and now Central Washington has it at the 22. We'll see what they can do here.
A 10-point lead in this game doesn't feel like a 10-point lead in a lot of different matches, does it, Jack?
Certainly, not with the way that they've been scoring. That line-out throw from Campbell Robb, straighter than a Stormtrooper shot as it's in there. Out to their big barnstorming number 6, Taia Viveo, the former U20 All-American. Nico Cortez again listens to the ref and pulls his hands out late. Again, just parroting what James said earlier. They've done a great job of listening to the ref. Ozzie Ross strips it there. Now we've got the ball out wide. Sergio Rochia boots it forward. Dan Joyce and chases that it will trickle into touch.
Excellent.
Great rip from Ozzie Ross. I'm sure we'll see a replay of that. That was just some studly work inside.
I love that he put boot to ball there, and I love that he was able to curve the kick a little bit to make sure that it went out of bounds. UCLA gained about 30 extra meters off.
And look at Ozzie Ross there. Alue and him combining on the tackle. Ozzie Ross just ripping that ball out. I'd rather be in a Sarlacc pit than Ozzie Ross's arms. Folks, if you know anything else about Star Wars, text us. We're trying our best.
Thus far, we're keeping it mostly to the original trilogy.
Penalty against UCLA. Waiting for the signal from the referee.
Potentially a little bit of chippiness after that indiscretion, but there hasn't been a lot of jawing back and forth today.
No, certainly. They've done a much better job of managing the ref this time around, and credit to Logan Turner, the talismanic 8-man for UCLA.
Yeah.
Doesn't just lead from the front with his play, but very well spoken as well, and a great leader for this squad. Not unlike Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, probably my second favorite character, if I'm being honest, Jack.
And I know you didn't ask me, but I like Watto.
A lot to like.
Speechless.
A lot to like with Watto.
Central Washington moving forward. UCLA did a good job to make that line out a little bit messy from Central Washington. Another big carry from number 6 from Central Washington. But UCLA's backs up to the challenge, eventually corralling him to ground. Dan Joyce doing a nice job there.
Val's such an impressive player. I think it took about 6 players to eventually get him to ground there.
Oh, Oscar Tracy in off his wing, looking for work. Nice nifty carry there. Central Washington spins it wide. Dan Joyce makes his one-on-one tackle every time. Great defense there. But Central Washington has been moving it.
Central Washington's ability to get that second pass away is really, really impressive.
Yes, and their ability to reload and attack. We're seeing a lot of the same players, available phase after phase, really fighting hard for their teammates to get off the deck. And they're well inside the 22 now. UCLA is going to need to make a big play here to hold Central Washington out. And they do! Oh, my goodness!
Excellent physical defense that pays off for him.
What a hit there. I don't know if it was the force or just some good old-fashioned beef inside to force that knock on. Want to give a shout-out to the boys at the Cottage. It's been a great run for the boys at the Cottage. We love you, boys. And a Star Wars reference to that as well.
Absolutely. It's great to, having been a part of this program for a number of years now, it's great to see how we've spread out geographically. New York City in particular has become a home, truly the Coruscant of our nation.
Yes. Some replacements for Central Washington there. Number 1, Daniel McQuaid comes out. He's had a great game today. And number 4, Curtis Gross. Central Washington moving it out wide. Looks like a bit of a knock on there.
That's excellent defense from Rocha, forcing the knock-on. Incredible.
Yes. Number 23 on for Central Washington as well. Arona Tavili. Todd Thornley going to his bench early in this match, knowing that they need a little bit of something to try and close this 10-point gap.
I really enjoyed our conversation with Thornley before the game. He's from the very top of the South Island of New Zealand.
That's right. An Otago man himself. Used to be part of the Tasman Makos program and just really a great thinker of the game. Love to have his rugby IP over here in the States.
Absolutely. Here we are for a pivotal scrum.
And UCLA has won 2 scrum penalties recently, so we'll see how this one goes with the replacement props on for Central Washington. Parity achieved there. Joe Sykes comes up and busts through Oscar Tracy. A physical battle there. Looked like an AT there.
AT-AT.
McMillan over to Alue.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everyone on the same page there. Our replacement prop wasn't aware that there was a set play on and wound up obstructing what looked like a pretty sweet backline move.
Yeah, it looked like there was that pre-called play there to shift back over to the blind side, but again, not everyone on the same page, leads to an obstruction call. And Central Washington sitting pretty with an attacking line outside the 22. We'll see that again. You see Alue sweep back around the side. McMillan finds him there, but Momani already in front, called for the obstruction. But here we go, a big line out for Central Washington. Campbell Robb, the trigger man to throw it in here, the vice captain.
As C-3PO said, I've got a bad feeling about this.
And as I say, go Bruins! Pick and go. Around the fringes, they're about a meter out. And Central Washington has punched it in through their number 7, Andrew Miller, for the try.
There was an air of inevitability about that one, Jack. They were the Central Washington forwards are coming around again and again, and it just becomes very, very difficult to sustain a defensive pressure there.
As we see the replay, initially stopped that maul, but then a great pick and go from Central Washington, put them about a meter out. Then their number 7 there just had the two replacement props with them, driving them over the line. Very, very tough to stop. And Jack Dragoning puts over the conversion. Folks, it is 36-33.
And very quickly, I just want to take a minute to shout out one of our teammates, Danny Thomas, who is recuperating from a recent stroke. Danny, we love you so much. You are a true Bruin. They don't come much better. I played with you for so many years, and we're all thinking of you, pal.
Yeah, Danny Thomas, can't say enough great things about him. Also, helping out coaching at UCLA as well. I know the players miss him. We were lucky enough to play with him, James. Played in the MLR as well. Just been a fixture for Santa Monica Rugby as well. I mean, rugby is better with Danny Thomas in it. Danny, can't wait to see you out here again at Wallace Annenberg Stadium.
Absolutely. It's great to play full 15s and play 7s with Danny, but playing touch with him was an experience unto itself.
Yes, the touch master, tiny dancer, Danny Thomas.
And we'll play again soon.
Yes.
All right, here we are, the Bruins in attack. Looks like we've got potted up forwards.
Ozzie Ross moves it forward. Looks like it's going to be another box kick from Andrew McCarthy. He hangs it high. Day and Joyce collects.
Really good hands from Day and Joyce there, and look at the power.
Freddie Jobber over the top. Spun out to McMillan. McMillan busts through the middle of that double tackle. Over the advantage line. Alue spins it out to Cox. Cox with another little chip kick in for Jimmy. We'll see who can collect it. Oh, the bounce of the rugby ball is fickle. And it goes Central Washington's way that time. But really love how Josh Cox identifies space.
He really does, and the ball hits the ground. It's such a high percentage of his kicks from hand. Bruins able to slow the ball at the ruck, which is always positive.
Central Washington trucking it forward through their big replacement prop, Clint Lyman. McMillan with a great cover tackle. Oh, big hit. The engine room combines there. Sherman and Pargetter to induce that knock on. Unfortunately, Pargetter might have come off worse for the wear. He's staying down. Hopefully he's okay. He's been huge in this match.
We're headed into the final quarter of the game. It's expected that some bumps and bruises are going to start emerging here. Here's a replay of that knock on.
Big double tackle from Pargetter and Sherman there. Pargetter receiving treatment now. Really, really hope he's okay. He's really risen a level today. Always great, but he's been fantastic.
100%. Looks like Cortezis is nursing a bit of a bloody nose. We'll see if the ref asks for a blood sub for him.
I'd like to check some of that blood, see what the midichlorian count is.
This is where...
I reckon it's high.
Across the board. Absolutely.
This has been a real ding-dong battle, back and forth. We got less than 20 minutes to go, only 3 points in it. High-scoring match. God, if you're a fan of rugby, you got to be a fan of this. What a game it's been. Wallace Annenberg is filled up. A lot of great fans in the stands to witness this high-level display of rugby between the number 9 and number 11 teams in the country. Winner of this game will have inside pole position for a home playoff spot. Everything to play for in this last 17 minutes. The subs are going to have a huge impact. What are you looking for in this last 17, James?
It's those impact subs. We've already seen Jobber come on. We've already seen some replacements in the front row. These players are extremely adept. We are caught on the short side here. Looks like a knock on from Central Washington went unnoticed by the ref there.
I believe he briefly had his arm out for advantage and pulled it back. That was a bit of a risk from UCLA to go straight from the 8-man out to the winger one-on-one, Rochia.
It was.
And then they booted it along, so any advantage they had from that knock on, nope, it's not going to come back for that. That ball has been put to touch, and since Alue was not within his own 22, it comes back to where he kicked it. An attacking lineout for Central Washington. Gosh, it appears they've got the momentum now. It'll be up to UCLA to try and put a stop to it.
Yeah, in a game this tight with about 18 minutes left, it's going to be the team that avoids those unforced errors.
But much like Ewoks, UCLA are industrious, and they never say die.
Not at all.
Freddie Jobber. Oh, Freddie Jobber ruled off his feet by the ref. I really thought he had that turnover penalty. And Central Washington might go for post here. They might try and kick it out and take the try. We'll see what they do. It looks like they are kicking for touch.
Wow.
That one was really, really a close call.
When you've had a good success rate within the 22 like they've had today, I get where they're coming from here. That being said, Tregoning's boot with straight onto post it's a hard 3 points to pass up at this stage in any game.
Yeah, but they're going for it. You gotta love the aggression from them. It's up to UCLA to be equal to that challenge.
Absolutely.
Line out here for Central Washington. They go to Andrew Miller again. He's been big in this game. Their open side flanker. They're getting the maul going, driving forward. And that maul is just motoring along. Campbell Robb off the back. Spins it out wide. Ball on the deck. Oh, it's booted forward, but bounces back into the Central Washington captain's hand, Sam Dwyer. Central Washington with the pill. Spinning it out wide. Oh!
What a let-off for the Bruins.
Wow.
What a let-off. That 15, Benji Ward, is so rapid. Or was that the 11 there, Jack?
No, it was Benji Ward, who scored early in this game. We'll see that again. He had a lot of space there. I wonder if he had to look up to see what he was going to do before he fully collected the pill.
I
Yes.
think that's exactly what happened. And had he collected, there's a good chance he would have been able to beat his man.
Wow. Big, big moment there. And it's a big scrum for UCLA here. The stands are rocking as the fans put their feet to them. Oh man, if you're in LA, you got to come down to these games. UCLA will be taking on St. Mary's next week in a huge battle, but gosh, we'll see how this one ends today. Looks like Central Washington's hooker has popped out of the scrum. I'm surprised there's the ref not putting his hand up in any way. I mean, geez, you get that dominance at scrum time, you get the opposing hooker to pop up like that, you would expect to be rewarded with a penalty.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm nothing if not objective. And the ball has gone into touch, and it's Central Washington's lineout.
It felt like time stood still there for a second, Jack. I don't quite know. We didn't have the best angle on it. Oh. A little bit of pageantry at the lineout time.
Another successful lineout for Central Washington.
Val will make the first 1 to 2 defenders miss. You can count on it.
I mean, he's had how many carries today? Countless. He's been everywhere. A lot of tired bodies out there. This game has been played at a really high pace. We're starting to see that fatigue come into play.
Central Washington's hands starting to let them down a little bit. Yeah, but there's still so much endeavor and attack from them.
Certainly. Number 23 on for UCLA, Ben Quarry with that tackle.
And just off the bottom left of your screen, Logan Turner, our captain, is looking a little worse for the wear.
Oh, Oscar Tracy with a scything run inside the UCLA 22. Central Washington with great position, 5 meters out. UCLA under pressure here. Big run from the replacement lock, Nick Powell.
Bruins have dispossessed him.
Never say die attitude from the Bruins. They've got the ball back. That was awesome.
Incredible, but they need to make sure that they can get this out clean.
Cox finds the safety of touch, but they're not out of the woods yet.
Not at all.
Much like being in a trash compactor, it seems like Central Washington is really just bringing the walls in on UCLA right now.
It absolutely feels like the walls are closing. Here's a replay.
Replay again, carried through from Powell, and
that's Will Sherman.
Wow, Pargetter.
Jack Pargetter just rips it right out of his hands. Thing of beauty.
Another take from Andrew Miller at the line out, and the maul is formed here. Inching forward. Campbell Robb plays it off the back. Nice tackle from the replacement hooker, Jonathan Pearson.
Yep, Central Washington exploiting right at the corners of those rucks.
They're within 5 meters. Great tackle there. Right at the goal line. Central Washington picks and drives and goes over the whitewash for the try.
They were not to be denied. Their success rate when they get within 5 meters today must be 95%.
This has been a tough patch for UCLA. Central Washington, credit to them. They've been really, really aggressive and clinical in attack. There are 10 minutes left in this game. You got to imagine Tregoning's going to knock over this conversion. UCLA down by 4. They'll need to try to go back in front. A lot of tired bodies out there. As you mentioned earlier, Logan Turner looks like he's nursing an injury. He's trying to play through. Already subbed out our talismanic leader, Sam McMillan. Someone's going to need to step up and be a hero.
Absolutely. And look, there are a lot of candidates on the Bruin team to do that. I would look to Jobber. I would look to our locks. I would look to Dayan Joyce at 13 to make one of his signature breaks. And then, of course, you've got Josh Cox at the back.
And the entire crowd is willing the Bruins onwards.
Yeah, I think we're maybe not 29,000, not the full student body, but we are inching in the right direction here, Jack.
One thing's for sure, we're inching. Restart here from Alue. Drops in nicely. Nice tackle from Cortezes. Central Washington shifting the ball out, willing to play from their own inside their own 22 with a little attacking kick there. Nice tackle by Sergio Rochia. That was dangerous.
Incredible tackle, pivotal. He was the last line of defense there.
And Central Washington, I mean, they could have booted it to Freddie Jobber with a turnover. Freddie Jobber running forward. You need a hero with the James Jacinto, Sonny Bill Williams offload over to McCarthy. McCarthy to Sherman, and UCLA is attacking within the 22. You called him out, James, as someone to step up, and step up he did.
Absolutely, and this is where discipline matters. That might have been forward. Let's see if the ref blows it up.
They're playing on.
Excellent.
10 meters out for UCLA.
Bruins cannot let the occasion get the best of them.
And a penalty there. Quick tap. And UCLA is in for the try. Can you believe it? Just like that, they respond. The turnover from Jobber. Then the quick tap off the penalty for the try. Heads up footy. Oh, my God.
McCarthy is this side's Yoda today, Jack. He is everywhere. When called upon, he is bouncing off the walls. He is doing everything that's needed. He's had 3 or 4 different breaks. He's been great off the boot. Let's see the replay of this try.
Yeah, so Jobber with a jackal turnover there. Great job just pulling that ball. He was on the wrong side of the ref's whistle earlier. He said, fine, I'll take it myself. And then a great run. And wow, that offload. Use the force, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yes. And you were talking about McCarthy being a Yoda-type figure. Look at this heads-up footy. So we get the penalty there, not releasing from Central Washington. Quick tap, run for the line, take it on the forwards. I don't mind. God.
It was incredible.
We talked to him before the game, and he said, score try, I must. I wasn't quite sure what he meant, but now I'm starting to get it. Second try for him on the day, the man from Dublin. And yes, that is how Irish people talk, and I can say that.
You can indeed, Jack. And the Bruins come away from that visit over the try line with an unconverted try. We are 1 point ahead with 7 minutes left.
41-40. I mean, does it get any better than this?
This has the makings of a classic, Jack.
Where's George Lucas from?
That's actually an interesting question. He hails from the Central Valley of California. He was born in Modesto and wound up actually making a lot of movies in Northern California, where I'm from. Let's dwell on this a little bit more after the game, Jack.
Oh, and the referee has called offsides on the Bruins. Oh, gosh. Jeez, just as quickly as they were back on top, Central Washington's going to have another attacking lineout within UCLA's 22. This game is not over yet, folks.
You just can't give gifts like that. Look, that's the type of penalty that occurs in open play, not necessarily a huge mental lapse. Sometimes these things happen. But look, when you get Central Washington inside their 22, inside the Bruin 22, things can get lethal.
Yes. Another line-out take by number 7, Andrew Miller, the 2-time try scorer for Central Washington. He's had a big game today. But UCLA up to the challenge, driving that ball backwards for Central Washington. Central Washington able to crab off to the right side. Campbell Robb takes it forward. Will Sherman takes him down. And they're threatening again. Nice tackle by the replacement prop. Billy Coons just came on for Ozzie Ross.
Incredible cut down tackle there.
And UCLA's using all the replacements today. It's been an attritional war out there. Every single player in the 23 is contributing.
We haven't said his name much, but Coach Harry Bennett's had an excellent day at the helm.
Certainly. Great tactical battle between these two high-level coaches, Thornley and Bennett. Oh! What are they going to call here? Oscar Tracy diving for the line. It's close. Was he in touch or was it a try? It's a try. A try given.
We'll have to check that one out on replay. I would have called that in touch, but can't say I have the best angle.
It was a really good play by Jack Dragoning to shift around to the left side late. Caught UCLA on that blind side unawares, making it 3-on-2. We'll have to check the replay here to see if there was a foot in touch, but it won't actually matter because they've given the try, so that'll be what it is on the field.
Here's a replay.
We're seeing again Dragoning shifting around late, making it 3-on-2. Nice interplay there. Covering tackle by Josh Cox. I can't tell whether he was in or not. Oscar Tracy is quite the player.
Quite a player and quite a finish.
Big conversion here. Let's see if Dragoning can slot this. From the touchline, it looks good. Wow, what a high-level kick.
That was a really impressive kick from Dragoning.
And that puts Central Washington up 47-41. UCLA will need a converted try. Jeez.
That was incredible. Yeah, the really clutch conversion from Dragoning there, because now a converted try is needed for the Bruins to go ahead.
Yes, this has just been back and forth. UCLA will need to get their hands back on the pill soon.
So we're at...
Nice, and they've gotten the ball back from the restart. Alue held it high, and great job by UCLA to compete there. They've got possession 40 meters out from the try line. They will need a converted try to go on top here. McMillan with a barnstorming run forward. McCarthy leaves it off to Sherman. Sherman's gotten through a mountain of work in this game. He's still equal to the task and driving forward. Oh,
it's okay.
Backwards. Oh, and now it is called forwards. He must have got a call in from the assistant ref that was knocked forward. McCarthy's had a great game today, but just trying to snipe around the base of the ruck there, and unfortunately hit one of his players' knees. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this match. UCLA will need a big scrum push here, potentially a penalty. They need to get their hands back on the ball to have any shot of winning this match. Golly, this has just been a high-level match of footy. Big scrum here. The replacement props will be huge here on both sides.
Silence over the stadium. Everybody knows how pivotal this scrum is.
Ball's in, big shoves on, parity at scrum time. Central Washington shifts it wide. Big clearing boot down the pitch. Josh Cox collects with his own 22, and he'll run forward. UCLA needs the ball, and Josh Cox takes it back out about 10 meters out from the 50-meter line. McCarthy over to Sherman.
And the message there from Central Washington is handing the ball back to UCLA and saying, show us what you can do.
Yes. They're backing their defense with this long to go. Alue taking the run of play back over to that blind side. Just a long way for UCLA to go. Someone will need to step up big here.
And you cannot kick at this point, in my opinion. You need to keep the ball in hand.
Certainly can't kick, can't give away a penalty. Cox spins it out wide to Rochia. Rochia with some space ahead of him. Rochia busts through the tackle. Rochia looking like Sebulba running down the wing. McCarthy out to Sherman. Sherman drives it forward again. Ozzie Ross in to clean it out. Ball's out to number 17. Billy Coons there with that carry. Josh Cox flat-footed. Carry it forward.
It's a veteran move from Cox to not force anything and take it into contact.
Certainly it wasn't on. Less than a minute remaining, but if UCLA remains in possession of the ball, they can hold it well after full time's blown. A pass back inside. The old George Gregan special to Odin Jimmy. Wow, great combination from McCarthy there. UCLA's moving it forward now. A ball lifted over the top to Rochia. Rochia tries to get around Tracy again. Back inside to Jobber.
Incredible support from Jobber to be on that side of the field. That's a flanker.
Great clear out there. Ozzie Ross, gosh, he played a full match against Arizona. He's playing another full match today at prop. Just gotta love that industry. McCarthy spins it out wide. Alue.
It's tough. Earlier in the game, that ball might have gone to foot and back into the corner, but now they cannot relinquish it.
That's right. Sherman busting forward again. Edging closer to that 22. And UCLA really cannot give away any penalty. They must keep possession. They must be perfect here. McCarthy swinging it out. UCLA driving forward just outside that 22-meter line. Cox back inside to McMillan. Oh, and a knock on there from McMillan. Oh, and that's the full-time whistle. Central Washington comes away the victor here at Wallace-Annenberg Stadium, 47-41. What a hard-fought match, and that'll be a tough loss to take for Harry Bennett's Bruins side.
Heartbreak for the Bruins, and you can see it on their faces. What a match, Jack. That was undoubtedly a classic that we will be talking about for a long, long time. I'm seeing disappointment on the Bruins' faces, but I can already tell there's a sense of momentum and a sense of pride that you take out of a loss like this. Credit to Central Washington. They played a clinical game.
Certainly, credit to Central Washington. 7 tries to both squads. The boot of Tregoning with those 6 conversions compared to UCLA's 3. The difference in this one.
Oh, man.
Jeez. Folks, thanks for rocking with us on the UCLA Rugby stream. Just want to remind folks again that the jerseys today will be available for auction. They were designed by Dylan through Team Impact. So all these jerseys that you bid on from this hard-fought match today, all those proceeds will go to Team Impact, which helps match children from the age ranges of 5 to 16 who are dealing with diseases with college sports teams to help socialize and spread camaraderie. Dylan has been a huge supporter of UCLA Rugby. The team loves him as well, and he designed this jersey after his favorite character from Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker. Again, these jerseys will be available for bid after this match.
Absolutely. And you can see the Bruins coming off the field now, clapping off their legion of fans. Get to read the disappointment on their faces.
Disappointment on their faces, but a lot to be proud of as well. James, not to put you on the spot, but who was your man of the match?
To me, I'm going to have to go with Andrew McCarthy, who I did at one point compare to Master Yoda, not Baby Yoda, although he's also very cute. I would say that that was some of the best UCLA scrum half play I've seen since the likes of Grant Penny. Just relentless on offense, relentless with the boot. He really put the team on the front foot, and so he's my man of the match today. Jack, I'm going to return fire and ask you, who was your man of the match today?
I mean, McCarthy, it's a great shout there. I'd say since Pierce Cooley. I mean, just really, really a great player. We're seeing now the replays of McCarthy. Look at that quick tap and score there. That was the second of his 2 tries. He was incredible today, but you know me, I got to choose a forward. Jack Pargetter in the engine room. Really a stud there. Didn't cross the whitewash today, but just was in everything. And I really loved his game. Played through some injuries and really helped solidify the line-out as well. When they started going to him in the line-out, they really found some parity. I also want to give a shout-out to Central Washington. Really great game from their number 7, Andrew Miller, and their vice-captain, Campbell Robb, the hooker. They brought it today. Todd Thornley's men's will go back to Ellensburg with a smile on their face and a step in their something in their step, pep in their step. They're happy.
Yeah, so they're happy. They're gonna have a smile on their face. I would have just left it at that. But I have to shout out Jack Tregoning. I have to shout out Benji Ward at the back. This is a team to watch. They have faced some of the hardest competition available, and they are going to win some games this season.
I mean, and this season isn't over yet. UCLA will be playing St. Mary's, one of the best teams in the country, St. Mary's, next week. That will be broadcast by the Rugby Network, which means we will not be on the call.
Unfortunately,
the Sith are coming in.
Unfortunately, we got bumped by National. It happens to the Minnows more than we'd like to admit in this business. And so we will be on the sidelines rooting for the Bruins and hope to be back in the booth at some point. But again, bumped by National.
That's right. It's the Rugby Network Game of the Week, which must be broadcast by the Rugby Network. Excuse me? Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Why can't we do it?
We tried though we did with our Jedi mind tricks. They were unsuccessful. And look, I have a great time up here in the booth with you, Jack. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I think this Bruin crowd saw an incredible exhibition of college rugby today. And what else is there to say?
One more thing for me. So next weekend will be against St. Mary's. Come on down to Wallace-Annenberg Stadium. Want to see everyone out for that. And then later this month, March 22nd, will be the Hall of Fame banquet, which is also paired with a game against Cal Poly. So that'll be great, honoring the team.
1975 national championship team, which has lived on in Bruin lore and was an incredible side and full of guys that have stayed around the club and supported us throughout the years. So we are more than excited for March 22nd here in Westwood.
Folks, it's been a great one. Thank you for sticking with us today. I forget what our sign-off was, but I'd like to do it again.
Well, I signed on with Yub Nub, which is Ewok for hooray.
Yeah, let's close it out. I think this is still a Yub Nub type day, unless you have something else.
No, I was going to say, though the Bruins didn't take it home, I think a rounding Yub Nub is fitting for us to sign off. So with that, I think we'll link arms and say,
Yub Nub.